सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। My namaskaram to all of you. At the outset, I congratulate the organizers of Adi Shankara Global Summit on the occasion of the birthday of Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji. Adi Shankara is referred to as Bhagavan Bhashyakara or Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji or Bhagavad Pada or Srimad Bhagavad Pada by such respectable titles. He is called Bhagavan Bhashyakara because he is Bhagavan, glorious like the Lord, and Bhashyakara because he has composed Bhashyam, the commentary on the three important texts in the pursuit of self-knowledge called Prasthanatrayam, Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. He is also called Shankaracharya ji or Shankaracharya, Bhagavan Shankaracharya because he was Acharya and his name was Shankara. Sham Kalyanam Karoti iti Shankara. One who does good to everyone is Shankara. And Shankaracharya ji, Bhagavad Padaha, is a bright link in the lineage of the parampara of Guru and Shishya, the teacher and students. And this teacher-student tradition is initiated by the Lord, Sadashiva Samarambham, and it ends up with my teacher. And in between there are so many teachers forming the link in this tradition. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji was one of the brightest links because he taught the Prasthanatraya to his disciples. Not only that, he wrote the commentaries on all these three texts. He wrote so many Prakarana Grantha, the introductory text, so many stotras, invoking devoteeness. And through all the works, through all his commentaries and Prakarana Grantha, he showed the Tatparyam, the essential teaching, the purport of the entire Vedic literature. And the Tatparyam of the entire body of Vedas, especially Vedanta, the end portion of Vedas, is the vision of Advaita. Advaita is the Tatparyam, the non-dual reality is the Tatparyam of all the Upanishads. all the old Vedanta Vakyas are meant to reveal the non-dual reality. This fact he showed through his commentaries and other works. So Advaita is not the philosophy formed by Shankaracharya ji. The vision of Advaita is the Tatparyam, the commitment of all the Vedanta Vakyas that was revealed by Shankaracharya ji, reaffirmed by Shankaracharya ji. So Shankaracharya ji is not the founder of Advaita philosophy. Shankaracharya ji is the revealer of the fact that the vision of Advaita is the Tatparyam of all Vedanta Vakyas. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, not only he wrote the Prasthanatraya Bhashyam and Stotras and Prakarana Granthas, he also re-established our Vedic Dharma, which is now popularly known as Hindu Dharma. He travelled throughout the country. He reconsecrated some temples, revived some of them, and also he taught the kings of different states. He corrected the thinking of so many scholars, and thus our Vedic Dharma was re-established by Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji. And therefore we are very grateful to Bhagavan Shankaracharya. And as an expression of our gratitude, we are celebrating his birthday every year. Because gratitude is an important attitude. Gratitude is a sign of maturity. Gratitude is very important for feeling blessed and also important for having good self-esteem. And therefore, as a mark of our gratitude, as an expression of our gratitude, we celebrate the birthday of Bhagavan Shankaracharya every year. And Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, as I said, has written so many texts. One of them is Viveka Chudamani. And in Viveka Chudamani, 7 questions are asked by a disciple. Ko nama bandha kathamesha agataha, katham pratisthasya katham vimokshaha, kosavanatma paramah ka atma, tayor viveka kathame taduchyata. What is bondage? How has it come? How is it sustained? How one can get freedom from that bondage? What is that anatma? What is the atma? And how to distinguish them? These are the 7 questions asked by the disciple, and elaborate answers are given to each one of them. And one question, how to get moksha from bondage, that is very beautifully answered in the shloka number 150, where it is said, Shruti pramaणाika mate swadharma nishthatayaivatma vishuddhirasya vishuddha buddhehe paramatma vedanam tenaiva samsara samula nasha. So here, the entire scheme of sadhana, gamut of sadhana is presented. The pursuit of moksha starts with Shraddha in Vedas. Shruti Pramanika Matehe. A person who has got Ekamati, conviction, in Shruti being, Veda being Pramana. So Shruti Pramanika Matehe reveals the sadhana or the value of Shraddha, the attitude of Shraddha. And Shraddha in Vedas, in initial stage, means accepting Vedas as reliable source of knowing the means for inner growth, the means for our spiritual pursuit. And when I have Shraddha and I am exposed to the teaching of Vedas, the next step which will follow is Swadharma Nishtha. Nishtha means commitment to Swadharma, one's own duty. Dharma has got a simple meaning, duty. But in wider sense, Dharma includes three things. Duty, what is to be done in a given situation. Values, the standards to be followed while transacting with the world, that is values. And the third is attitude, proper attitude towards karma, action, the result of action, and also attitude towards everything in this world. So duties, values and attitude form the religious life, and that is said here Swadharma Nishtha, otherwise called life of Karma Yoga. So Shraddha leads to life of Karma Yoga. The third one is, which is the outcome of life of Karma Yoga, is Taya Eva. By commitment to the religious life, Atma Vishuddhihi Asya, there will be purification of the mind for this person. So Atma Vishuddhi means purity of the mind. And how this purity of the mind will be expressed? It will be expressed in the form of interest in fundamental questions. Who am I? Where from I have come? What is the true nature of this world? Is there a creator of this world? Who is he or she? So all these spiritual questions will come to the mind, and a person will have interest in getting the answers. Jignasa is an indicator of purity of the mind. And the second indicator of the purity of the mind is Vairagyam, dispassion, objectivity with reference to everything in the world. Money, relationship, power, everything. That objectivity, Vairagyam, is an indicator of purity of the mind. And when this purity of the mind is there, then a person will go to the source of knowledge to get the answers to his questions. And the source of knowledge for getting such fundamental questions, for getting the answers to these fundamental questions, is Vedanta. Of course, received from the teacher, and therefore this person will go to the Shastra, the teachers, and going to the scriptures and the teachers and listening to them is called Shravanam. So a person will do the sadhana of Shravanam, followed by Mananam, deliberation upon the teaching, and contemplation, Nididhyasanam. And by that Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasanam, what will happen? Vishuddha Buddhehe Paramatma Vedanam. For a person with pure mind, Through Jnana Yoga, consisting of Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasanam, Paramatma Vedanam, there will be knowledge of Paramatma being oneself. I am Paramatma, limitless self. This is called Paramatma Vedanam. That will be possible for a person with pure mind and with the help of Jnana Yoga. Tena eva, by the knowledge of oneself being limitless, by that samsara samula nashaha, there is destruction, nashaha, of samsara, of this bondage, the sense of limitation. And this nasha is not temporary, samula nashaha, along with its root. So by the knowledge of limitless self, there will be destruction, removal of samsara along with its root. The root of samsara is ignorance, and that ignorance and ignorance-born samsara will be removed by this Paramatma Vedanam, knowledge of limitless self. Thus, Shraddha, Swadharmanistha, Atmashuddhi, Jnana Yoga, Paramatma Vedanam, Moksha. These are the stages talked about in the pursuit of moksha. And they are beautifully, briefly but comprehensively presented in this shloka. So this shloka shows the clarity and brevity of Bhagavan Shankaracharya. And he has written so many such shlokas where we can appreciate his prasanna gambhiryam, his profundity, at the same time lucidity. And we are grateful to that Shankaracharya ji, because of whom we are able to study the Upanishads comfortably, and we are able to attain the vision of Vedanta. What is the vision of Vedanta? All that is there is Brahman. That Brahman you are. That is the vision. And that vision is the Tatparyam of Upanishad, that is very beautifully shown by Shankaracharya ji. And therefore we are very grateful to him, and we express our gratitude to Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji on his birthday. And we pray to Shankaracharya ji that may we have Shraddha in Vedic way of life, may we have commitment to inner growth, which leads to the discovery of myself being limitless. So with this prayer and with the expression of gratitude, I conclude. Om Purnamada Purnamidam